Hey guys, welcome back to a long overdue episode, and today I want to talk to you guys about my favorite lens in the entire whole world, and that is the amazing Leica 50mm Summicron. So I've owned this lens several times over the years, and every time I've sold it, a couple months down the track, whenever I've gone back and revisited images captured with it, I've instantly regretted it. This lens definitely brings something special to the table. So there have been 6 versions of the Summicron since 1953, right up until the release of the 50 Apo in 2013. Now what I have is what people refer to as the Type 5 Summicron. Now, Type 5 is the still in production Leica 50mm Summicron besides the 50 Apo, still in production by Leica, but it is actually the same optical formula as the famous Type 4 50mm Summicron. I know, there's a lot to remember. The Type 4 came out in 1979, and this lens still has the same formula. So you've got to really give praise to Leica that they absolutely nailed it in 1979, and apart from an updated body design and an extra 50 grams, the lens is exactly the same, renders exactly the same as that older version. So they really did manage to create something special back then that is still relevant today. The lens has the classic double Gauss design, 6 elements in 4 groups, nothing fancy, no floating elements or anything crazy like that. It just is a very simply designed, well-coated, beautiful 50mm lens. But compared to your nifty 50, it is a very, very expensive 50mm f lens, and it's only an f2, it's not an f1.4. So you got to ask yourself, really, what does it give you for that kind of money when your Nikon 50, Nifty 50 can be had for $250 compared to this in the second-hand market, which is anywhere from $2.3 to $2.7 Australian dollars. The way I look at it is this lens is small and jewel-like. It's extremely sharp, but not too sharp, but it just has the perfect amount of warmth and character without being too clinical or too vanilla, but all of that does come at a cost, and that is the cost. So like I was just saying, a second-hand copy of this is anywhere from 2,300 to 2,700 Australian dollars. Luckily for me, this most recent copy I managed to get for $2,100, so I had a little bit of a win there. But you can actually still buy this lens brand new from Leica, but brand new, it's going to run you just over 4,000 Australian dollars. And that is a bit of a bitter pill to swallow. Personally, for this type of lens, I would honestly recommend that if you are in the market for it, look at getting yourself a second hand and save some money. Now, everybody knows I shoot a lot of, and I absolutely love black and white film. And I think even if you don't shoot color, this lens has a strong case for the black and white shooter. It has the most amazing amount of micro contrast. It just renders tonality throughout black and white images absolutely flawlessly. Now, with this lens being so expensive, it's obviously not going to fit everybody's budget. And there are 2 other lenses that I think are direct comparisons to this lens. The first being the Zeiss 50mm planar, the f2 ZM planar. It's essentially the exact same optical formula, just has Zeiss's T-Star coatings on there. I would say it has a lot cooler rendering than this, but it's just as sharp. But I find that the whatever magic Leica put into the coatings just gives the Summicron a slight edge in terms of rendering, not in terms of sharpness though. And the other lens as a direct comparison is literally a direct comparison. That is the Konica Hexanon 50mm f2 lens, which some people like to refer to as the Japanese Summicron. It's essentially a blow-for-blow copy of the 50 Summicron. Same optical design, same body design, same inbuilt hood. The only differences is obviously build quality and coatings. And I have to say, after owning that lens several times, the Leica build quality does far surpass that lens. But back to the Summicron here, I do think that this is the most handsome out of all those lenses I was just saying. When paired with a black Leica M body, it really just looks the part. You have to give Leica, credit where credit is due. They do make some of the, optically perfect, but some of the best looking camera products that you could ever get and can still get that are on the market. Everything about this lens is built perfectly. The focus is extremely buttery smooth. The aperture clicks are very well dampened and turn very easily, but with just the right amount of stiffness. The built-in lens hood slides in and out perfectly and sits very comfortably without being loose on the camera. Everything about this lens just feels perfect, and when you pick it up and when you shoot with it, you do realize where that money you've spent has gone to. I hope the images you've seen have shown you guys what this lens can do, the beautiful rendering it can produce, the amazing colors and contrast. I hope it's done the lens justice. It just goes to show that if you are looking at this lens, that you really are getting what you pay for. You are paying a lot of money, you're paying a premium for anything Leica, but you can really appreciate where that money goes when you shoot this lens. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Stay tuned because I do have another 50mm lens review coming up, and I want to directly compare it to this 50 Summicron to see how well it can perform, so stay tuned for that. Until the next video, I'll see you later.